we told you Browns made a couple of waiver claims. Running back Raheim Sanders. We heard Coach Stefanski talk about him in the first segment. 6', 217-pound running back. Ran a 4.4640 at the combine. They claimed him off of the Chargers. He was waived by the Chargers. Defensive back Jarrick Bernard-Converse. He's been with the Jets 2 years, mostly as a special teams player. The Browns waived Brendan Bates, who was then added to the practice squad, and cornerback Dom Jones to be able to acquire those two players. Sanders is the guy that could get some playing time. He becomes the third running back, and here's a look at him in the preseason for the Chargers. In limited action, had over 100 yards in a couple of games, scored a touchdown as well. Has a physical running style that is what the Browns wanted. You can see he gets downhill and has a little bit of burst to him as well. A guy whose relative athletic score is pretty good for a bigger guy. Again, a bigger back. The Browns claim him, and he slots right into that running back room. Let's welcome in Jacob Roach from the Orange and Brown Report, as well as the Barking Browns podcast. Jacob, your thoughts on Sanders first, and then the DB they get from the Jets.
I was very surprised this year when Sanders went undrafted. Like, that was a very big surprise for me. He was an early day 3 guy, kind of a 4th round, 5th round guy for me, and was one of the guys where for a while I was kind of thinking the Browns were going to wait till day 3 to address the position at all, just because of how stacked that class was. And he was kind of one of those guys that I had in consideration, and you kind of talked about it. The big build, like, he's kind of a one-cut guy, but he's going to run with authority, and they call him Rocket Sanders because he's got that 4.46 speed despite being a big bruiser. Like, he's not going to make a bunch of cuts and a bunch of people miss in the open field, but, like, don't try to arm tackle him. He's going to run you over. Reliable hands. I think he does a decent job as a pass catcher out of the backfield. Not very good. You would think with his size and power profile, he'd be a better pass protector than he is, but unfortunately it's kind of a weaker area of his game. But, they need a power back. The uncertainty with Quinshon Judkins, I'm pretending until he's signed. I'm just going to act like he's not around. I'm not going to plan for that because I have no idea what's going to happen. So they needed somebody that could be that bruiser, the short yardage guy. I'm very interested by the fact that when Judkins does sign, this running back room is going to be composed of 3 rookies and then Jerome Ford, which I think maybe this is the one position you can kind of get away with that, maybe. But I find that very interesting. But he's going to be a really nice change of pace. Like, he is what that room doesn't have with Quinshon out of it. But, like, again, he's got the burst, he's got the power, like, he can create some big plays. I really like him a lot. I thought they might go a different direction. I was actually surprised he even got waived. I know that it's always nice when you claim a guy and the fans of the team that he came from are mad, and Chargers fans are very upset that Sanders got let go and is now not able to come back. So that always makes you feel good. But if you look over at Jarrick Bernard-Converse, as you had said, he didn't play much the last 2 years. The thing that's really interesting about him is his athletic profile. He had a 42-inch vertical at the combine and a 4.40, a 4.4 flat 40. So, like, he's as athletic as you're going to find in a defensive back. Like, he can turn and run with most of the, most wide receivers in this in the NFL. And I was looking at he spent 5 years in college, and he starts his collegiate career as a slot corner. Plays a lot of slot, plays a lot of the free safety, and then the last couple of years in college, he was on the outside. I think he is probably, they're looking at him as that athletic kind of physical guy that can play in the slot primarily. But, having that flexibility is going to be really nice. And we know that Andrew Berry covets that, but he's a guy that just hasn't done a ton in the NFL, but he's got a lot of athletic upside. And I'm pretty interested to see, how they use him.